Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. It could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read, and if you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'm glad to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. It's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on a number channel who really want to see what's up. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. Hello there. Hope you're doing wonderful and feeling great. Hope you're also receiving these messages and, receiving them for your highest good, okay? To be inspired, motivated, and encouraged, okay? But once again, tarot is a tool, it's not the final rule. That's for someone who needs to hear it again, okay? It's a good idea if you are going to partake in watching any kind of tarot videos, any kind of divination videos, to take time on your own collective and do some research on what tarot is, on what divination is, where it originated from, what it's about. Not through word of mouth, but find out on your own what it's about. This is for somebody in particular. So Spirit is telling me to stop and explain. Okay, you know who you are, and it's okay. It's all right, okay? But it's a good idea to do research on anything you don't understand. It's okay for you to accept the opinions of others, but reality, real talk, Spirit is saying it's a good idea, whomever you are, to do the research on your own. Whenever you want to find out what something means, what it's about, where it comes from, its originality, its origin, for you to do your own personal research on your own timing, okay? Everyone is entitled to their opinion, okay? And we are all small worlds living within our own worlds, and that's okay and wonderful. And all are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. But this is for someone who needs to hear that, okay? So it's good to do your research, okay? And, maybe, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, not force anything to fit, okay? First card that we have here, collective, is high vibing, and I love it after what I just conveyed to the collective, okay? It says good vibes, living to the fullest and enjoying the present, okay? All right, so you want to make sure you're maintaining good vibes, and it's a good idea to not force anything to fit, if you someone who watches a lot of tarot videos or divination. Maybe you are starting to partake in an interest in tarot, what it's about. It could interest you. It could spark an interest. You could be indecisive, wondering why are you so interested. Maybe you're indecisive as well because you have heard of people maybe demonizing, saying that it's evil, it's wicked, okay, that it's not of this and not of that. And once again, if this is you, maybe you should partake in your own research to form your own opinion of all things, not just divination, not just tarot, not just spirituality, but of all things in life, okay? But high vibing. It says good vibes, living your life to the fullest and enjoying the present. So this is the energy of, someone who's needing to remain in high vibration. I'm picking up that you are there. You're working on yourself. You're working on progress constantly. But Spirit is conveying for you to make sure that you are consistently staying in this energy. The world will be whirling, life will be life, and in between time, in the meantime, we have to find a way to recalibrate our energy, how to regain our stability when things occur in our life that may be unpleasurable, not easy for us. We need to find coping mechanisms that are healthy for us, okay, that are fruitful and not fruitless, okay? All right. So we want to stay focused on the positive things, okay? All right, not the negative things, especially the hearsay they say, because we know those are not facts, okay? All right. So the next card we have here, okay, we have kinky ways, okay? It says open, okay, sexually open, looking into explore fantasies and fetishes, okay? And so you could have someone around you, collective, while you're busy high vibing, you could be I'm picking up on someone who could be celibate. Okay, maybe you're abstaining from having any activities right now, from doing any relations with anyone. And so while you are practicing celibacy, it could be someone around you, or you could feel some kind of lustful energy trying to sway you or persuade you into indulging into activities that you are not interested in. Okay. Maybe there was once in a time. This could be someone whom maybe you were in a relationship with. Maybe this is someone who is accustomed or used to having access to you, but that was in the past, male or female. You're someone different. You're not who you used to be. And this is why, it's a good idea when you're working towards progress and making changes, not to ignore or block out who you are or who you used to be. But the best thing a person can do is change their environment and their surroundings. When it comes to changing and progressing in life, maybe if you were promiscuous in your life, I mean, it happens at one time or another, male or female. Maybe you're not that way anymore. And maybe because you have not changed your environment or the people that you hang around, they are trying to like convince you or persuade you into doing different activities, not just into fantasies and fetishes, but this could be something like maybe you used to be a shopaholic and now you have boundaries. You know how to be more frugal and responsible when it comes to your finances. And so a good example is that, with the friend group that you're around, oh, come on, let's go shopping. They want to go every week, they want to go shopping, and, you are setting boundaries for yourself because you want to progress financially. And so when it comes to making progress in your life, the number one thing we need to always do is make sure that we change our environment of people, places, and things that we interact with, that we entangle into our life, that we allow into our circumference, that we allow into our personal space, because there will be that energy there. And it's not to ignore who you used to be, like I said earlier. It's simply because everyone is not ready for a change, and new energy just can't reside. That light cannot reside where the dark is. That newness cannot reside where lack mentality or negative energy is. It's unfamiliar. You got fresh new energy, a new perception, a new mindset about life, about how you want to live your life, things you desire, things you want to manifest, you want to create, maybe places you want to travel. Well, if you're hanging around an old group of friends who have an old way of thinking, which may be low vibrational, they will only intrigue you to feeling or thinking or possibly planting seeds of doubt to make you feel as if you can't progress as well. And that's why it's very important. You have to allow, people to fall to the side. You have to allow old relationships to crumble, whether this is romantically, a friendship, or this could be family as well. Anyone who is not uplifting or inspiring you, and you are reciprocating that energy. If you are in a friendship connection, then you need to allow those connections to sever ties and leave them there. Let those people fall to the side, okay? You cannot force or make anyone change or do anything. We can't control others, but we can control ourselves. And so I'm picking up on the energy of someone who's trying to remind you, they see you making the changes in your life, male or female collective, but they're kind of like they're trying to throw crumbs of your past in your face, and they're doing this because it is a tactic to try to derail you from the progress and the success that you are embarking on. They are afraid of your glow up. Your glow up is like a threat, because the more that you rise to the occasion, the more that you make changes in your life, it creates a reflection with a powerful glare. And that glare gives the observers, well, majority of them, it offends them. And the reason that it offends them, collective, because it reminds them of different areas in their lives that they are not addressing. Releasing, unhealed trauma, drama, releasing having low self-esteem, goals and dreams and ambitions that they've never obtained or worked towards. And so when you're working towards progress, whether a person knows you or not, your energy sends a reflection to them. And see, we're supposed to observe each other, to be inspired, to be motivated, to find our own way and to find what works for us in our own personal life. But instead, people turn out to be the reciprocal, jealous, envious, want to slander, hoping for the worst, projecting onto people. This topic comes up a lot, but It just is what it is. It's sad, but it's true. People don't want to see folks happy or progress. Even those who are close to you, like family members, best friends, siblings. Okay. The next card we have here is trolling. It says intentionally causing upset, baiting a reaction and provoking dispute. So you could have people around you as well trying to provoke you, trying to intrigue you to become upset, get you into a yelling, screaming match, get you screaming, shouting, cursing. You could be someone who is deemed to be very peaceful. People may call you peaceful, or people may call you the kind one, and people around you are aware of this. And your haters could be like, what, I'm going to prove otherwise. I'm going to prove that they are flitzy. I'm going to prove that they do get around. I'm going to prove that they do get upset. I'm going to go start a fight. I'm going to go say this. I'm going to go say that. Watch this, watch this. Watch me say this. Watch me bump into them. Oh, watch me go on their social media. I'm going to go in their comments and be real rude. Watch this. Let's troll them. Let's troll them. Let's troll them. Let's attack them. Let's stalk them. So you have low vibrational people who have nothing to live for other than give their power away to you. Because each and every time that someone projects their energy onto you and it's unwarranted and it's negative, they are giving their power away. And this is something that the hater does not understand. You give your power away the more that you are focused on someone else. Okay. The next card we have here is the last straw. It says limitation, breaking point, overwhelmed. Okay. So Spirit is saying be mindful of not changing your environment or your people who you choose to hang around. Okay. Do not allow these people to take you to a breaking point. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, but do not allow these people to take you to a breaking point, collective, where you feel you're about to snap. You can't take it no more. You become hostile or go into rage, a fitting rage, because that's what they are waiting for. There's someone trying to intrigue some kind of rage, some kind of anger or hostility. Excuse me. Okay. And then the next card we have here is long road. Yes, it's been a long road for you. Okay. And people are aware of this. They know this. People who know you, people who have witnessed you, from your childhood or maybe throughout your adulthood, or maybe they've been in your life briefly and they have witnessed some things, but they have observed it. Excuse me. There are a lot of people who have observed all that you have been through, and you've been through a lot. You've also overcame a lot as well. There could also be collective. There could be someone maybe concerned about whether you're expecting a child, male or female. There could be someone very concerned about that. Maybe you are. If you are, congratulations. Okay, they're so focused on you. They even want to know if you're reproducing. Are you pregnant or have you gotten someone pregnant? They're very hyper focused on you. But Spirit wants you to stay focused on yourself because, see, this part of life, it's mentioned often when it comes to divination. It comes up in tarot a lot. This part is something, it's part of the journey. You're going to have haters, you're going to have jealous people. It's nothing we can do about that. But basically each experience that you have when you come up across this is just to increase your strength and your tenacity and your wits about yourself. It's to make you stronger and to make you smarter, and for you to develop more clever ways, to be more clever. Okay. To be wise as you move about. Okay. As you move about here on planet Earth, because there is a way that you can maintain your peace and also your respect at the same time and not interact with the goofy. But clearly in this message, this is a forewarning for someone to be willing to let go of an old group of people, whether they're family, friends, your lover, your man, your woman, your cousin, your best friend, co-worker, whoever it is. There's a group of people, a person or a group of people that you need to, I'm picking up on a group that you need to no longer associate with. You need to immediately, disassociate yourself. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Disassociate yourself with this person or these people. Because this person is just extremely hyper focused on just trying to wanting to just see you in a bad mood or mode. It's something about your progress and who you used to be, and whatever you're doing. It's like they don't believe it. They don't want to believe that you have changed. Because as I just said, the thought of you changing, the thought of it in the observation, it proves that change is possible. And that is something that people don't like. People talk about it, they talk about it in church, they talk about it, all over the world all day, changing, progress. But in reality, people hate to hear about someone changing. People hate to hear about someone progressing in their life in reality. And it's sad. Sorry about the camera. But either way, it's sad, no one wants to see folks, see each other, see people happy. Nobody really wants it, not for real. And this is for somebody. There are even parental figures, okay, who are supposed to love you and support you and also protect you, who will, speak as if, oh, I want the best for my child. But the moment that their child starts to progress, there are parental figures, parents who will even become jealous. Not all, but there are some of their own offspring, of their own children, whom they reproduce, whom they're brought into the world. When that child becomes a certain age and they no longer have to take care of them, and they witness their glow up and how they're blossoming into a man or a woman, or into a beautiful person. Sometimes, not every parent, but there are some parents who become jealous and envious of their own child. It's the truth. Confirmation with the cause. It happens. And that's very sad. That's very sad. But it doesn't have to be your sadness. This is their sadness. This is their energy, not wanting to see you happy. And so since they're putting out the energy of not wanting to see you happy, well, we know what is due to them. In return, they will receive someone or a group of people around them in their life who don't want to see them happy. As I always say, what you put out must return. It's law. It's not something I like to say, or I'm saying it because to make it sound good. It's law. And if you marinate and just think about some situations personally in your life, I'm pretty sure you have several situations where you have witnessed people receiving the energy that they put out. Doesn't matter what your belief system is. I'm pretty sure every one of us in the world, even the small children, have witnessed someone receiving the energy that they have put out. Mic drop. I'm pretty sure. You're probably saying, "Oh, I've witnessed several occasions of that with a lot of people." Right? Like, yeah. Okay. And see, you're working on bossing up. It says self-empowerment, independently living, leading the pack. Okay. You're leading the pack. Okay. Living independent on your own. Okay. And folks don't like that, especially someone who is not independent, especially someone who feels like they can't, because we can all do and be and have any and all that we desire. The only thing that stands in between us and our goals is taking the action to do the work. The only thing that stands between us and our goals is taking the action to do the work. And when I say taking action, I don't care how long it takes. Being persistent, consistent, and letting nothing get in your way. Taking a break, but dusting yourself off and getting back up and trying again and again and again and again and again. And with that momentum, you get a reaction. But that reaction depends on what you're putting out. Is it positive? Is it fruitful? Is it something healthy? Or is it negative? Is it slander? Is it hate? Is it plotting? Is it trying to strategize against someone in a negative way? Is it fruitful or fruitless? The choice is yours. That's the great thing. We have a choice of what kind of energy we can put out. Life is not perfect for none of us, but we do have a choice of what we're going to receive back. And I'd rather be waiting on something good and sweet than to be waiting on some sour lemons or some salt. That's something that's just not that tasteful. Okay. The next card is SOS. It says distress, acting with urgency, assistance needed. Okay. They want you to be in distress, but no weapon formed against the collective will prosper. The moment that you decide to let these people go, and there's something about the moment that you stop allowing yourself to hang around these people, stop showing up to their houses, to their invites, stop gossiping with these people, stop telling them your business, stop being around them, period. The Spirit is saying that you know who this person or this group of people are. But there's something about the moment that you stop hanging around these people, you're going to notice a shift in your energy. You may be doing well now. You probably once was here, but now you're here. But the moment you let these people go, you're going to feel your energy go whoop. You're going to feel your energy go whoop. And that's because you're not around these people where they can project energy onto you, where they're observing you and throwing the evil eye and projecting negative energy onto you. Finding out your business, you're having conversations with them, you're taking them around your friend, your man, your woman, you're telling them your business, you're giving them the blueprint of your life. They're smiling and shaking their head and taking selfies with you and saying you're their BFF, but behind your back, when they turn the corner, they're, they got their lip turned up. They got their lip turned up. The next card is backtracking. It says regression, revisiting the past, going back on something. Be mindful. Be mindful of allowing the temptation to try to force you to go back on something, whether this is a relationship, a habit, a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of doing. Okay? Because they're frenemies, fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. These are frenemies. These are people who cannot be trusted. And that's why they say it's lonely at the top. Because if you try to take even one person with you, ooh, spirit, one person? Not to say that it's not possible to have friends that are trustworthy. You may have one or two, but when you are really putting in that work and doing that thing, that's why they say, and I'm pretty sure you heard, it's lonely at the top. Because folks don't want to see you at the top. There are people who actually pick and choose what kind of people they're going to be around. There are people who pick and choose people who make them feel superior. This could be because of aesthetics, not to say anyone is attractive. This could be a person hanging over someone who is more voluptuous than them. This could be a person hanging around someone who maybe has a later model vehicle than them, or a smaller house, or make less money. There are people who actually pick and choose who their friends and their BFFs are. They don't want to hang around or be around people who are on their vibration or their level because it's intimidating. That's a narcissist. They want to control. They want to feel superior. And they love to harvest the energy of other people. Excuse me. Must blow the cannon. Excuse me while I blow my cannons, okay? This person or these people, this is how they feel about themselves. And I don't care whether they grin a smile, whether they shake your hand, whether they clap for you. I'm proud of you. You know I'm so proud of you. You my best friend. You my favorite cousin. You my favorite this. You my favorite niece. You my favorite. Don't believe the hype. On the inside, these people feel upped up. It says self-limiting, limiting, feeling inadequate, fear of failure. So if this person has a fear of failure and you're taking leaps of faith, you're bossing up, you're vibing high. If they are in fear of failure, this is someone who's afraid to take a leap of faith. This is someone who's afraid to boss up. They are conditioned to stay where they are comfortable. They are conditioned to change nothing around them, because then it will become unfamiliar. The collective, there are 99.99% of the world, not to project negative energy, but to give you some truth, who rather stand on a rug of lies than stand on the rug of truth. They rather stand on a rug of lies than stand on the rug of truth. If you snatch their rug from their feet and give them a dose of reality, it will startle them. It will startle them. So if they're comfortable in the position or with their life or with their relationship or how they feel about themselves, and they don't want to change anything, they see no problem with their life. And that's why it's important for you to remove yourself from these people, because it's not your job to save them, nor do you want to be in the way of any of the karmic that they will receive. Because sometimes you can tag along too long and get in the way. And you need to get out of the way. And they're unhealthy for you as well. Okay? So they rather, not work on progress. So every moment of life that you have a celebration, or you receive an accolade or some kind of achievement, maybe you went back to school to further your education, maybe you got a semester or a year to go, congratulations. Somebody's watching who's almost done, they're getting ready to finish and receive their degree. Keep going, don't stop. Keep going, don't stop. Keep going. Each moment that you receive achievement, accolades, progress, this person is just going to have more salt on their tongue when it comes to you, have more lemons on their palate when they speak on you. The consideration and the respect will decrease. The disrespect will increase, is what I meant to say. Yeah. And the consideration, will, decrease. It will lessen. It will not get better. There are also people who are so insecure and rather not do the work on themselves, where they will hang around people just to monitor them. Just to monitor them and try to sabotage what they have going on. Or to monitor them and try to mirror their life. So this message is clearly, once again, this is about someone who is doing the work, but there's one thing you're forgetting. You're cleaning up yourself, but don't forget to clean house. And when I say clean house, those associates of yours whom you know are unhealthy. Those ones that say, oh, you can just this time. You know you can. That's not a friend. If you stop smoking, stop drinking, and they're trying to intrigue you to do those things, that's not a friend. And there is no, oh, I was just playing, because we're not playing with our progress. We're not playing with our life. We're not playing with our path to success. If you're someone who is celibate, I pick that energy up as well. We're not playing with our celibacy journey. We're not playing with that. We're not playing with our mission. We're not playing with who we are. We know what comedy is, and we know what comedy ain't. And what you ain't going to do is play on the collective like that. Hopefully, you receive this message for your highest good and get rid of those people. New people will be placed in your life. If you're someone who feel you have to have companionship, you have to have a best friend. You can't, because I've heard people say this, which is weird. I don't like to shop alone. I can't go out to eat by myself. I can and shop too. Matter of fact, I may shop a little longer. I may, because ain't nobody irritating until they ready to go. Okay. If you're one of those people, Spirit is saying the right people will be placed in your path. But until then, while you're working on progress, doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, darling. You must allow these old unhealthy connections to fall to the side. And this does not mean you need to call anyone up and curse them out. This does not mean you need to get into a confrontation or you. No, 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 no. A wise one does not announce their arrival or their departure. A wise one does not need to announce their arrival or their departure. This concludes the read. And whoa.